So today's video we're going to be discussing why Griffith, Homelander, Power, and Cartman are all related and how they're related. It doesn't matter what happens canonically in their shows and series. My opinion's the canon one, my opinion's valid, so let's get into it. Um, so for starters, we have Griffith right here, right? So the reason why he's the grandpa of Homelander in Power is because if you look closely, Homelander, not that closely. Homelander has a god complex. Power kind of has a god complex in a way. It's very minimal, but it's slightly in a way. She thinks she's more powerful than humans. She would love to rule the world. Like she kind of mildly has a god complex, right? Griffith is a god, but he has a savior complex, or more specifically, Femto is a god. Griffith is not, but you know, this right here, he's posing as Griffith. He's a god right now, so I'm gonna just say Griffith is a god with savior complex. Sort of goes hand in hand. Now, I know you guys are gonna know some things like, oh, where's the grandma? Where's Power and Homelander's mother and father? Don't worry about that. Where's Cartman's mom? Don't worry about that. Okay? This is strictly how they're related, okay? Not the entire family tree, okay? Um, but what I would describe Griffith as a quote unquote necessary evil. Like he's actually a villain, but with his savior complex and how he actually, I don't know if it's a savior complex. It seems that way. It does seem like that he tries to make himself seem like a savior when he isn't really that. Also, if you can hear me fidgeting, sorry. But he definitely does have like a fake savior complex. I don't think he has an actual one, but a fake one to make himself look better. Yeah, yeah. And this is unscripted. This is unscripted if you can't tell. So I would call him a necessary evil because what he did is super evil. But as of late, because I haven't read the most recent chapter and I don't think it's translated, um, Griffith oh yeah, spoiler warning. Griffith literally has his kingdom right now. Like he has the kingdom. He's still making it. Some people did get wiped out. Yeah, a lot of people did get wiped out, but it's also looking very safe. Like that looks like a good kingdom where some people can actually live okay normally. Like he saved a lot of people. You know? Power. She's like a chaotic neutral evil. Like slightly evil. I would argue to say she's like kind of chaotic, morally gray. Like chaotic, morally gray leaning more towards the evil side. I would say the same for Cartman, except he has a little bit more of the evil from his father, Homelander. Homelander, he is chaotic evil. Homelander's just straight chaotic evil. He's straight chaotic evil. Cartman gets that from Homelander, and he gets sort of his chaotic, somewhat neutralness from Power, his aunt. And how this works. The reason why Power and Cartman are kind of like chaotic neutral evils is because we're gonna get to Power first. Power is like the embodiment of a cat, high key. She is the embodiment of a cat. She's very similar to Meowie. Like we know she loves Meowie. She loves Meowie. She does not play about Meowie, her cat. Whatever that little guy is or girl. Meowie's gender was not confirmed, I don't think. But yeah, like she loves Meowie, right? And if you look not that closely, she acts like a cat in human form, bro. Like she literally acts like if a cat became human. So she is very much a heavy embodiment of a cat. You guys are gonna think I'm pushing it. Cartman kind of is too, man. And to clarify, I have watched or read Berserk, watched and read Chainsaw Man, and watched not Cartman, South Park. I've not watched The Boys, so My dad did, but I have not watched The Voice, so that's why my information about Homelander is going to be a little unreferenced aside from like clips I've seen. I'm not a LARPer. I'm just saying what I see. He's very cat-like, but we'll get to that in a second. We're talking about Cartman right now. Cartman, he's kind of like an evil cat, like a very mean, evil, insane cat, you know? Like, let's give an example with his canonical mom in South Park. He is a total brat, you know? Like, he's the menace to his friends, he's a menace to people in general. We have to remember, he literally killed someone's parents and made them eat it in the form of chili, and then started laughing and licking their tears. But that's kind of cat like high key, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because imagine Cartman is a mouse or a cat. Now, a mouse pulls up and steals a little bit of his food. Let's say, mouse, mouse dookies in his pool food, and he eats it, and he finds out because the mouse laughs. Now Cartman's mad. So you know what Cartman does? Cat Cartman? He finds the mouse's family, and he kills the mouse's family. And then he makes the mouse's family into food, and then he feeds it to the mouse. And then he tells the mouse what he ate. Now, you see how it correlates how Cartman's kind of cat-like, you know what I mean? Yeah. He's kind of cat-like, you know what I mean? So he'll be evil to people offending him, his friends, you know, his quote-unquote friends. But then his mom, or Cat Cartman's owner, you know, his mom, super sweet, spoily. Mom, can you give me cheesy puff? Mom, like it's like a cat acting cute. You know what I mean? Like right after just destroying a mouse's family, cat acts cute. You know, for treats. You know, that's why Cartman is very similar to cat. And you might be like, well, that's just how kids act. No, they act like dogs. Cartman acts like a cat because he's intelligent and he's actually civilized. Cartman's civilized. So let's just say kids are like dogs. Cartman's like a cat. He's elegant. He's elegant, bro. And Griffith, to get to the topic chain before we go to Homelander, because I'm high key avoiding talking about Homelander. Griffith is just kind of very cat like in nature. For starters, this is, I think, only shown in a few instances. I can't completely remember, but he is a very possessive person when he wants to be. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's mainly in the eyes. That's also why I compare him to a cat, because in his eyes, if my Pinterest messes me up, I'm censoring it. It better not be strange, but oh yeah, right here, I just searched him up today. So Griffith has very cat-like eyes, like very cat-like eyes. Kind of like Sephiroth in a way. It's a little bit reptilian, but more than anything, it's very cat-like. And when he got tortured, post-torture, he, Casca and Guts were talking, I think, he gave the nastiest cat, like, side-eye type. Right here, literally this. Not only is he being possessive, but also he literally looks like a cat. He literally looks like a cat in this, bro. He has very cat-like tendencies. I'm not a LARP. I read the Berserk manga fully in like 2 days. That's and in my mind's low-key blocking out a little bit. That's why I probably sound like I'm pulling stuff out of my ass. It's because I can't remember too much stuff fully. Now we go to Homelander. Just this image alone, cat-like. But everything about Homelander, he just kind of gives cat vibes. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Okay. Okay, let me finish it. For starters, he likes milk. Cats like milk. It's bad for them, but cats like milk, you know what I mean? he smiles like a cat, you know, he has a very innocent smile. Oh, Pinterest is proving my point right there. But he has a very innocent, sweet smile, you know? Very innocent, cat-like eyes, you know? Oh, word? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Look, look. He looks like a cat when he's disappointed, you know? Very sweet, like a cat, you know? Yeah, yeah. Ignore that this is a dog filter. He just he gives the vibe of an old cat, you know what I mean? So, that's why he's not a puppy. I don't care if I'm a LARP, he's not a puppy, he's a cat. He's a cat, okay? Anyways, these two are so actually no. You know what? Homelander is like dog cat. He's dog cat. He's a dog who wants to be a cat. Actually, he's a dog who wants to be a cat. That comes from one of his parents. I like all of these characters. I call them all my babies. I call them all innocent. That's why I put that's why I put them all together because people keep on trying to tell me Griffith and Homelander aren't innocent. Carmen's not innocent. Yes, they are. Just these three are. They are. They're innocent little babies. They do no wrong. They don't know right to wrong, bro. As for Power, she didn't even really do nothing. Like, she didn't do nothing for real. So she's already innocent. But like Griffith, Homelander, and Cartman, they kind of behind bars right now. I'm trying to get them out of prison. Free my bros. Free my bros. So with that being said, bye guys.